In this workshop, we'll explore how we learn from incidents. In part 1, we'll explore what does learning really mean and what should happen after an incident. In part 2, we'll explore how do we know that learning is happening, what evidence is available, and where are the gaps in that evidence. After an accident investigation, learning happens in 2 ways. First, following the recommendations from the investigation, an organisation may update its procedures, processes and equipment. Second, the workforce can engage with an incident alert and use the lessons learned to make their own work safer. But how do we know if learning is happening? Often, learning means that a change has taken place. Imagine an incident has happened during a routine task. We would expect several changes to occur afterwards. For example, workers might receive training to have more knowledge about relevant hazards, and procedures might change to include extra controls. These changes are called learning outcomes. In other words, a measurable change has happened that, to a reasonable extent, acts as proof of learning. We call these learning outcomes hard learning indicators. Learning isn't just about changes. Learning is also about what we do to facilitate these changes that ultimately make work safer. And therefore, we need to think about how we are supporting change. Soft learning indicators focus on whether the right conditions are in place that will lead to the learning outcomes. In themselves, they are not proof that learning has happened, but they tell you if learning is likely to happen. There are 3 types of soft indicators. 1. Organisational support. The organisation needs to support learning through both its culture and infrastructure. For example, managers need to give time for reflection on incidents, and there need to be effective pathways for incident communications. 2. Attitude, knowledge and experience. People are more likely to learn if they have a positive attitude to safety, knowledge of hazards, and experience with tasks similar to the incident. 3. Learning activities. These are the things we do to learn, like accident investigations and training courses. If we have high-quality learning activities, then workers are more likely to engage. This type of indicator is about the components of effective learning activities, such as high-quality information and open discussions. So, to recap, hard indicators are measurable outcomes that provide proof of learning. Soft indicators are the activities or conditions that encourage and support learning. Now that we have identified possible hard and soft learning indicators, we must ask ourselves, how are these measured? What evidence do we have for them? Evidence can come in 3 varieties: personal stories, numbers, and written documents. Personal stories are the experience of everyone in the company. This anecdotal evidence can be very powerful. Think about how important witnesses are in a police investigation. In the same way, people's experiences of how things are being done, what leaders are saying, and what gets discussed in team meetings can be very useful when measuring learning from incidents. Numbers, such as metrics, trends, and statistics, are common forms of evidence. Examples include results of audits and trends in accident data, but also employee and cultural surveys too. Written documents, such as procedures, policies, budgets and incident reports, are key pieces of evidence to measure learning from incidents. For example, procedures are often updated following an incident. Similarly, a budget sheet can show changes in resource allocation.